Maya fed my daughter food she's deathly allergic to prove I was lying. She almost died. I'm writing this from my daughter's hospital room. She's sleeping now, finally stable after spending 6 hours in the pediatric ICU. My hands won't stop shaking. I keep replaying it in my head, and I can't believe this actually happened. My mother-in-law deliberately fed my daughter coconut, something she's severely allergic to, because she thought I was being dramatic about the allergy and wanted to prove it wasn't real. My daughter almost died. And now my husband is asking me to calm down and not overreact. I don't think I'm overreacting. I think I'm underreacting. But my in-laws and even my own husband are treating me like I'm being hysterical and unreasonable. So I'm turning to internet strangers to tell me, am I crazy? Or is this as insane as I think it is? Background on the allergy. My daughter, Olivia, is 3 years old. She's been allergic to coconut since we introduced solid foods. We discovered it when she was about 7 months old. I gave her a tiny taste of a cookie that contained coconut oil, and within minutes, her face swelled up and she broke out in hives. We rushed her to the ER, where they confirmed it was an allergic reaction and referred us to an allergist. The allergist did a full panel and confirmed severe coconut allergy. Not the kind where she gets a tummy ache. The anaphylaxis kind. The carry an EpiPen everywhere kind. The one bite could kill her kind. We've been incredibly careful since then. I read every label. I ask about ingredients at restaurants. I keep EpiPens in the diaper bag, in the car, and at home. When Olivia started daycare, we had multiple meetings with the staff about her allergy. We take this seriously because we have to. My husband, Tom, was on board with all of this at first. He saw her reaction as a baby. He was there when the allergist explained how dangerous coconut could be for her. He helped implement all our safety protocols. But over time, I noticed him getting lax. He'd forget to check labels. He'd get annoyed when I asked restaurants about ingredients. He started making comments like, "You're being paranoid," or "one little bit won't hurt her," or "she's probably outgrown it by now." I'd remind him that the allergist said her sensitivity was increasing, not decreasing, and that we needed to be vigilant. He'd agree in a moment, but then go right back to being careless. I realized now that his mother was in his ear, slowly convincing him that I was exaggerating the allergy for attention. My mother-in-law, Patricia. Patricia has never liked me. I married her baby boy. Tom is 32, but in her eyes he's still 12, and I apparently stole him away from her. She's one of those "no woman is good enough for my son" types. From the beginning, she's criticized everything about me. My career, I'm a nurse, apparently not prestigious enough. My cooking, too healthy, not enough real food, like the fried, butter-soaked meals she makes. My parenting, too strict, too careful, too modern. When Olivia was born, it got worse. Patricia had very strong opinions about how I should parent, and none of them matched reality or modern pediatric guidelines. She thought I should give Olivia water at 2 weeks old. She insisted I was starving her because I was breastfeeding on demand instead of a strict schedule. She told me I was going to spoil her by responding when she cried. I mostly ignored her, which made her hate me more. Tom would tell me to just humor her, and it's easier if you just agree. But I refused to compromise on my daughter's health and safety. The allergy thing became Patricia's new obsession. From the moment we told her about Olivia's coconut allergy, she was skeptical. "Kids these days have so many allergies," she'd say with air quotes. "In my day, we didn't have all these problems. We just ate food and we were fine." Medical science has advanced, Patricia. We understand allergies better now. I think parents just want attention. My child is special. My child needs accommodations. It's all just making kids weak. It's not about being weak. It's a legitimate medical condition that could kill her. Oh, don't be so dramatic. Every single time. She refused to believe the allergy was real. She thought I was either lying for attention or being an overprotective helicopter parent who was inventing problems. Tom would defend me half-heartedly, but he'd never really shut her down. Mom, the doctor confirmed it, was about as strong as he'd get. And Patricia would just pat his hand and say, "Well, doctors don't know everything." I started limiting Olivia's time with Patricia. I wouldn't leave them alone together. When we visited, I watched like a hawk to make sure Patricia didn't accidentally feed Olivia something with coconut in it. This made Patricia furious. She complained to Tom constantly that I was keeping her grandchild from her and being controlling. Tom started pressuring me to ease up. "She's my mother. She's not going to hurt Olivia. She doesn't believe the allergy is real, Tom. That's dangerous. You're being paranoid. She's watched other grandkids. She knows what she's doing. Not with an allergic child. She hasn't." We fought about it constantly. Tom accused me of being unreasonable and causing family drama. I held firm because I wasn't going to risk my daughter's life to make his mother feel better. This went on for 2 years. Patricia pushing for unsupervised time, me refusing, Tom caught in the middle, and increasingly resentful of me for making things difficult. Last week, Tom came to me with a proposition. His company was sending him to a conference 3 hours away. It was 2 days, 1 night. He wanted me to come with him, make it a little romantic getaway. "What about Olivia?" I asked. "My mom can watch her." "Absolutely not. Come on, Sarah. It's 1 night. My mom's been asking to have her overnight for months. Olivia will be fine." "Your mom doesn't believe in her allergy, Tom. I'm not leaving Olivia with someone who thinks her medical condition is fake. She won't feed her coconut. I'll talk to her. I'll make it clear." "No. You never want to do anything because you can't let go of control for 5 minutes. This isn't about control. This is about our daughter's safety." We fought for an hour. Finally, Tom said, "Fine. Ask your mom to watch her then." My mom was out of town visiting my sister. My dad has health issues and can't handle an active 3-year-old alone. My friends were all busy. Our regular babysitter was on vacation. Tom saw me struggling to find options and pounced. "See? There's no one else. It's my mom or we don't go. And honestly, I think we need this trip. We've been fighting so much lately. We need time to reconnect." He was right that we needed time together. The constant tension about his mother was putting a strain on our marriage. And some naive part of me thought maybe if we got away, we could actually talk and fix things. "Okay, I finally agreed. But you need to sit down with your mother and make it crystal clear about the allergy. Show her the EpiPen, explain how to use it, give her the emergency plan. And I'm leaving detailed instructions. Of course. I'll make sure she understands." I spent 2 days preparing. I made a binder with emergency contacts, the allergist's information, instructions for the EpiPen, a list of safe foods, photos of food labels to avoid, and a minute-by-minute schedule. I went through it with Tom multiple times. The day before we left, Tom said he'd talked to his mother, and she understood everything. I called Patricia myself to confirm. "Yes, Sarah, Tom told me about the coconut thing. I've got it." "Patricia, this is serious. Even a tiny amount could." I said I've got it. "Do you think I'm stupid?" "No, I just want to make sure. I've raised 3 children. I think I can handle 1 3-year-old for 24 hours. It wasn't reassuring, but Tom promised he'd emphasize the severity, and I convinced myself it would be okay. It was just 1 night. What could go wrong? The day of. We dropped Olivia off Friday morning. I went through everything with Patricia again, the binder, the EpiPen locations, the emergency numbers. "Sarah, you've told me all this already. We're going to be fine. Go enjoy your trip." Olivia was excited to stay with Grandma. Patricia had promised her a special sleepover with movies and treats. I hugged her tight, told her to be good, and made her promise to tell Grandma immediately if she felt funny or her throat felt weird. The drive to the conference was tense. I was anxious about leaving Olivia, and Tom was annoyed that I was anxious. "She's going to be fine. You need to relax. Your mom doesn't take the allergies seriously. I talked to her. She knows. Can we please just enjoy this trip?" I tried. I really did. We checked into the hotel, went to a nice dinner, even had a good conversation for the first time in weeks. I started to relax. See? Everything was fine. I was being paranoid, like Tom said. We went to bed around 11 p.m. I had my phone on the nightstand, volume up, just in case. But I wasn't expecting a call. At 11:47 p.m., my phone rang. Patricia. I answered immediately. Hello? Is everything okay? Sarah. Her voice was shaking. Something's wrong with Olivia. My blood turned to ice. What's wrong? What happened? Her face is swelling. And she's having trouble breathing. She keeps saying her throat hurts. Did she eat coconut?
No.
I don't. I mean, Patricia, did she eat coconut? I gave her some cookies, but they were just regular. Where's the EpiPen? I don't. Where did you say it was? In the red bag. Injected in her thigh.
Now.
And call 911. But should I really? Call 911 right now. I was already out of bed, throwing on clothes, shaking Tom awake. He was groggy and confused until he heard me yelling at his mother. Tell her to call 911. I screamed at him. Your daughter is having an anaphylactic reaction. That woke him up. He grabbed the phone. Mom, call 911 right now. Use the EpiPen. We're coming. We were in the car in less than 3 minutes, Tom driving while I called 911 myself to make sure an ambulance was on the way. The dispatcher confirmed they'd received a call, and paramedics were en route. The drive was the longest 3 hours of my life. I called Patricia back, and she'd given Olivia the EpiPen, but she was crying and panicking, and Olivia was worse. I could hear my baby in the background, wheezing and crying, saying, "Mommy, Mommy," and I wasn't there. The ambulance got there before we did. Patricia called to say they were transporting Olivia to County Memorial Hospital. We changed course and met them there. The hospital. When we got to the ER, they'd already taken Olivia back. A nurse told us she was in critical condition. The anaphylaxis was severe. Her airway was compromised. They were doing everything they could. Patricia was in the waiting room, crying. When she saw us, she ran to Tom. I'm so sorry. I didn't think. What did you give her? I demanded. What did she eat? Just some cookies. They were from the bakery. They were just sugar cookies. Did you check the ingredients? No, they were just cookies. I didn't think. You didn't think? I gave you a binder full of information. I told you to check everything. Sarah, Tom tried.
No.
She could die because your mother didn't take this seriously. It was an accident, Patricia sobbed. I didn't know the cookies had coconut. You didn't know because you didn't check. Because you don't believe her allergy is real. That's not true. You told me allergies weren't real. You've been saying for 2 years that I'm being dramatic. A doctor appeared, and we all stopped. Olivia's parents? Tom and I stepped forward. How is she? She's stable. We've got her on oxygen, and we're monitoring her closely. The reaction was severe. Her airway was starting to close. If the EpiPen had been administered even 5 minutes later. He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't have to. Can we see her? I asked.
Soon.
We're moving her to the pediatric ICU for observation. You can see her once she's settled. It took another 45 minutes before they let us back. Olivia was in a hospital bed, oxygen mask on her face, IVs in her tiny arms. Her face was still swollen. She looked so small and fragile. She saw me and started crying. Mommy, I ran to her, holding her as carefully as I could with all the wires and tubes. I'm here, baby. Mommy's here. You're okay. My throat hurts so bad, she whimpered. I couldn't breathe good. I know, sweetheart. But the doctors fixed it. You're safe now. Tom was on her other side, crying, holding her hand. For a moment, it was just the 3 of us, and nothing else mattered except that she was alive. The truth comes out. Once Olivia fell asleep, exhausted from the trauma, Tom and I went back to the waiting room where Patricia was still sitting with Tom's father, who had arrived at some point. How is she? Patricia asked immediately. She almost died, I said flatly. The doctor said if the EpiPen had been given 5 minutes later, her airway would have completely closed. She would have suffocated. Patricia started crying again. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean. Tell me exactly what happened. What did you feed her? Patricia looked at Tom's father, then back at us. I wanted to prove that you were exaggerating about the allergy. The world stopped.
What? Tom asked.
You're always so dramatic about it, Sarah. And Tom's been saying how you won't let me have Olivia alone because of this supposed allergy. I thought if I gave her a little bit of coconut and nothing happened, you'd see that you were being overprotective. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't speak. Tom got there first. You deliberately fed her coconut? Knowing she's allergic. I didn't think she was really allergic. I thought Sarah was making it up or exaggerating. Kids don't just have allergies like this. Yes, they do. I screamed. And now your granddaughter is in the ICU because you decided your opinion was more important than medical fact. I didn't think it would be this bad, Patricia sobbed. I thought maybe she'd get a little rash at worst, and then we'd know it wasn't serious. A little rash? She almost died. I know. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting to check a label. This was deliberate. You intentionally poisoned my child. Don't say it like that. That's what you did. You fed her something you knew, or at least suspected, she was allergic to, without her parents' permission, to prove a point. What do you call that? Tom's father spoke up. Sarah, she didn't mean for Olivia to get hurt. I don't care what she meant. I care what she did. She could have killed her. It was bad judgment, he admitted. But Patricia would never intentionally hurt Olivia. She loves her. If she loved her, she would have believed us about the allergy. She would have been careful. Instead, she decided to use my daughter as a guinea pig for her little experiment. Patricia was full-on sobbing now. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Please, you have to forgive me. It was a mistake. Get away from me, I said coldly. Get away from my family. I never want to see you again. Sarah, Tom started.
No.
She deliberately poisoned our daughter. I'm done. I walked away before I said, or did something I'd regret. I went back to Olivia's room and stayed there. Tom joined me a few minutes later. She didn't mean, he started. If you finish that sentence, I'm taking Olivia and leaving. Not just the hospital. The marriage.
He stopped.
Looked at me. Saw that I was serious. She almost killed our daughter, Tom. On purpose. To prove a point. And you're going to defend her? I'm not defending her. What she did was wrong. But she's my mother. And Olivia is your daughter. Who almost died. Because your mother is arrogant and stupid, and you've been enabling her for years. That's not fair. You've been telling me I'm overprotective. You've been making me feel crazy for not trusting your mother. And now look what happened. I was right, Tom. I was right to not trust her. And our daughter almost died because I let you convince me otherwise. He couldn't argue with that. He just stood there, looking helpless. I need you to choose right now, I said. Your mother or your daughter. Because I will not allow that woman near Olivia ever again. If you can't support that, then we have bigger problems than your mother. It's been 4 days since the incident. Olivia is still in the hospital, but doing much better. They're keeping her for observation because the reaction was so severe, but she should be able to go home tomorrow. Patricia has tried to visit 3 times. I've had her banned from the pediatric floor. She sent flowers, cards, gifts, all of which I've refused. She's called Tom crying, begging for forgiveness, insisting it was an accident and she didn't mean for it to be this bad. Tom is conflicted. I can see him struggling between his daughter and his mother. Part of him knows what Patricia did was unforgivable. But another part, the part that's been conditioned for 32 years to make excuses for her, keeps trying to minimize it. She made a terrible mistake, he said last night. But she's devastated. She never wanted Olivia to get hurt. She didn't want her to get hurt, but she was willing to risk it to prove I was lying. She didn't understand how serious it was. Because she refused to listen. For 2 years, we told her. The doctors told her. She chose not to believe it. So, what do you want? To never let her see Olivia again?
Yes.
That's exactly what I want. Sarah, that's extreme. She poisoned our daughter, Tom. Poison her.
deliberately.
I don't care if she's sorry now. I don't care if she's devastated. She doesn't get access to Olivia anymore. She's her grandmother. She's a danger. And I will protect our daughter from danger, even if that danger is family. Tom has been mostly supportive in front of me, but I've heard him on the phone with his mother, and his tone is a lot gentler than I'd like. He's not angry enough. He's already moving toward forgiveness. I'm not. I don't think I ever will be. Tom's father came by yesterday to talk to me while Tom was getting coffee. Sarah, I know you're angry. Angry doesn't begin to cover it. I understand. What Patricia did was wrong. But she's suffering too. She can't eat. She can't sleep. She's beside herself with guilt. Good. Don't you think that's punishment enough? Does she really need to lose her granddaughter over one mistake? It wasn't one mistake. It was a deliberate choice to disregard medical advice and use my child as a test subject. So yes, she does need to lose access to her granddaughter. Because she's proven she can't be trusted. She'd never do anything like this again. You're right. Because she'll never get the chance. He tried to argue more, but I shut him down. Eventually, he left, and I heard him tell Tom in the hallway, "Your wife is being unreasonable. Someone needs to talk sense into her." Tom didn't defend me. That's what worries me most. Not Patricia's actions. Those are unforgivable but expected. But Tom's inability to fully support me. His constant desire to smooth things over, to forgive his mother, to move past this. Last night, I told him we need marriage counseling. "You think we need therapy because of this?" he asked. "I think we need therapy because you can't see how serious this is. Your mother almost killed our daughter, and you're already trying to figure out how to let her back in our lives. That terrifies me." "I'm not trying to let her back in." "Yes, you are. You're already softening. You're already making excuses for her. And I need to know that you're going to put Olivia's safety first, even when it's hard. Even when it means standing up to your mother." He agreed to counseling, but I could tell he thought I was overreacting. The legal question. Several people at the hospital, nurses, a social worker, even one of the doctors, have quietly suggested that what Patricia did might be criminal. Deliberately feeding a child a known allergen could be considered assault, or reckless endangerment, or some other charge. I've consulted with a lawyer. She says I could potentially press charges, and given that Patricia admitted what she did, there might be a case. But pressing charges means a criminal investigation, potential trial. Tom's family would never forgive me. Tom might not forgive me. Olivia would be caught in the middle of a huge family war. The lawyer also mentioned I should file a restraining order to legally keep Patricia away from Olivia. That feels extreme, but also, is it? She did deliberately poison my child. Tom is horrified by the idea of charges or a restraining order. She's made a mistake.
She's sorry.
We don't need to destroy her life over this. She almost destroyed Olivia's life. It's not the same, and you know it. It's exactly the same. She made a choice that put our daughter in mortal danger. Why should there be no consequences for that? The consequence is losing trust. Losing access to Olivia for a while. But pressing charges? That's vindictive. No, that's accountability. We're at an impasse. Olivia comes home tomorrow. Thank God. She's doing well physically, though she's been having nightmares about not being able to breathe. We're going to get her into therapy to help process the trauma. Patricia has escalated her attempts at reconciliation. She sent a 10-page handwritten letter apologizing and explaining that she didn't understand and made a terrible error in judgment. She's offered to take allergy awareness classes. She's promised to never question any medical information I provide again. Tom thinks I should at least read the letter. I threw it away. His family is rallying around Patricia. She's the victim in their narrative, the grandmother who made an innocent mistake and is now being cruelly punished by her vindictive daughter-in-law. I'm getting texts from Tom's siblings, his aunts and uncles, even family friends, all telling me I need to forgive her. No one seems to care that Olivia almost died. My family is furious. My mother wants to press charges. My father, who is usually very measured and calm, called Patricia a reckless fool who belongs in jail. My sister has been sending me articles about grandparent rights and how to protect against them. The divide is clear, my family versus Tom's family. And Tom is somewhere in the middle, which feels like its own betrayal. My question's for you. I'm coming to you all because I genuinely don't know if I'm handling this right. Everyone has such strong opinions, and I'm drowning in them. Am I overreacting by refusing to ever let Patricia see Olivia again? Is permanent banishment too extreme for what Tom calls one mistake? Should I press charges? Will that protect Olivia, or just cause more trauma by creating a massive legal battle? Am I being unfair to Tom by insisting he completely cut off his mother? Is there a middle ground I'm not seeing? How do I handle this long-term? Holidays, family events, eventually explaining to Olivia why she can't see her grandmother? And most importantly, how do I stay married to someone who can't fully support me in protecting our daughter from his own mother? I'm lost. I'm angry. I'm scared. And I don't know what to do. So tell me, Reddit, am I wrong? Am I right? Am I somewhere in between? Because I honestly can't tell anymore, and I need help figuring out how to move forward from this nightmare. Edit. Olivia just woke up asking for water and saw me on my phone. She asked what I was doing, and I told her I was talking to friends. She said, "Tell them I'm okay now. My throat doesn't hurt anymore." She's so brave. I'm crying again. Edit 2. Reading through the comments. The overwhelming response is to press charges and protect Olivia at all costs. I think you're right. I'm calling my lawyer in the morning. Edit 3. Tom just read some of these comments over my shoulder and got angry. He says the internet doesn't understand family dynamics and I'm letting strangers turn me against his mother. We just had our biggest fight yet. I don't know if this marriage is going to survive this. Edit 4. For everyone asking, yes, I'm documenting everything. Hospital records, Patricia's admission, all of it. My sister is a paralegal and she's been helping me organize it all. Whatever I decide to do legally, I'll have the evidence. Thank you all for the support. I needed to hear that I'm not crazy, that protecting my daughter is the right thing to do even if it means blowing up my marriage and my husband's family. Olivia deserves a mother who will fight for her, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard.